Hi, I'm Harold and this is a documentary about the and what is the best solution or strategies to prevent these kinds of incidents. The Bangladesh Central Bank heist is one of the biggest single bank heist in history. It was amounting to $81 million of stolen money, and it was from the taxpayers' money from the said country. It is a big deal from the poor country like the Bangladesh to lose that kind of money instantly. It was first happened in May 2015, 9 months before the said heist. 4 suspicious accounts were created inside a local branch of RCBC or Rizal Commercial Banking Corporation, a bank in Makati, Philippines. The accounts had $500 amount of money deposited on it. Few months later, the accounts are getting abandoned. January 2016, a month before the heist. There was a suspicious mail sent to the bank's computer system. An employee was just checking his mail when he inadvertently clicked the suspicious mail, not realizing that it will shock the whole nation's banking system. The suspicious mail contains malicious software or malware that can access the whole bank's operational procedures and the bank system. They also had access to the SWIFT or Society for the Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication. It is the most secure and reliable way to transfer payment orders to different bank institutions around the world. With the help of the said malware, the hackers were not only able to access the bank's operational procedures as well as the whole bank institution. It was a big relief to the hackers where they worked the heist while hiding in plain sight, and removing their tracks as well. A month later, February 2016. The automated printer that was supposed to print all the payment reports inside the bank system 24/7 was broken. They thought it was a technical glitch. But it was not. It is fairly caused by the malware that was installed in the bank's computer software. You see, the malware doesn't only have access to the client's credentials but were able to manipulate the whole bank's operational procedures. Thursday, the bank was shutting down for the weekend. The weekend in Muslim-majority countries like Bangladesh starts at Friday. The hackers were back to the bank system to place the payment orders and sent it to feds. Sunday, all employees are back to work. The automated printer is fixed by restarting it. The employees notice something wrong. The bank has a payment orders for 35 phony accounts amounting to $951 million and is sent via SWIFT to the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. Why New York? The Bangladesh Central Bank has an account there that has $1 billion of money deposited supposedly for international settlements. The Bangladesh Central Bank officials try to stop the money transfers to feds, but no one's there because it's their weekend in New York. The details of the reports were to send the money from Federal Reserve Bank in New York to various accounts in the world. The Federal Reserve Bank of New York processed the said false payment orders as it is sent via SWIFT. They know that the SWIFT was legitimate. That was the power of the malware that was installed to the bank's computer system. It also helped the hackers to wipe out all of their traces. The Federal Reserve Bank of New York received a message from the Bangladesh Central Bank that they were robbed. So, the feds blocked 31 phony accounts from money transfers. 31 accounts got flagged, as the feds stopped the money transfers. One of the accounts that feds supposed to send was in Sri Lanka. There was a non-government organization named Shalika Foundation was supposed to receive $20 million amount of stolen money. The feds blocked it down because they noticed something wrong about the spelling of foundation was foundation. But there were 4 accounts that have not yet been flagged. The 4 accounts were in the Philippines in the local RCBC bank in Makati. The remaining $81 million turned into hard cash and was transferred and divided into the 4 accounts and then got laundered in the casinos. The Bangladesh Central Bank was supposed to report the $81 million money transfers and try to stop it, but they can't because it was Chinese New Year in the Philippines, a non-working holiday. The timing is just perfect for the hackers. The Bangladesh Central Bank filed a lawsuit against RCBC Bank. It was because of the money that was transferred to the bank then got laundered to the local casinos. This January 2019, an ex-manager of the RCBC Bank, Maya Dagito, was found guilty about the money laundering and was sentenced to prison. The RCBC was record-fined 1 billion Philippine pesos by the Central Bank of the Philippines due to the heist. There was a suspicion about who is behind all this. You see, the one who make the 4 accounts in RCBC Bank, Ding and Gao, left the Philippines before the Bangladesh authorities interrogate and apprehend them and board flights to Macau. As the experts were digging the said malware, they find some suspicious evidence where they find North Korea as the one who is behind all this. Ding and Gao went to Macau. Macau, a region in People's Republic of China, is the financial point of contact of North Korea. Coincidence? I don't think so. The hackers were unable to remove their traces this time. The group was dubbed as Lazarus. This wasn't the first time the group has robbed different bank institutions around the world. It is also certain that the North Korea was the one behind all of this. It is kind of threatening because it will be the first time where a nation robs banks all around the world. What might be the solution or strategies to use to solve these problems? One problem to notice here is the technical security of the bank. It cannot withstand the power of the said malware as it was able to access the bank's computer system. The solution is if they were able to hire some IT experts to thicken their walls and their security, it can withstand the said malware to prevent these incidents. For example, hire IT experts who are good at hacking. Why? If they can hack your bank's computer software, they can also thicken your firewalls to avoid malwares. Nowadays, you can pay everything without the hard cash on you. You can pay anything with the use of the internet. The internet is so efficient you can almost access anything with the use of it. Number 2 problem is the office hours. They can't report the money transfer immediately, certainly caused by the office hours of the banks. The heist started when the bank is shutting down for the weekend, and when they try to report it to the feds, there's no one to talk to because they're closed for the weekend. And in the Philippines, they try to stop the transfer but no one is there because it's Chinese New Year, a non-working holiday. The solution is if all the banks were operating on weekends and on holidays where they should be alert at most times, it can probably lessen these kinds of incidents. For example, if the heist was happened again, you can contact the parties involved immediately to stop any kind of transaction. Number 3 problem is the authorization of employees. The heist is fairly caused by the mail which was inadvertently or accidentally clicked by an employee. The solution is if the bank's officials orientated their employees of what mail the bank should or shouldn't open or receive. And tell them that use the computer professionally and not for personal. It can help to avoid these incidents technically. For example, an employee was checking his or her mail when he or she received an anonymous mail from the one who is not associated with the bank. He or she will take his or her action and avoid the mail that may cause another incident the bank was afraid of. Number 4 problem that I notice is if they concluded that the North Korea is the one who is behind these attacks. Why the United Nations doesn't care about these things? The United Nations UN is an intergovernmental organization that was tasked to maintain international peace and security, develop friendly relations among nations, achieve international cooperation and be a center for harmonizing the actions of nations. They should be aware about these attacks. Bangladesh and North Korea are members of the United Nations. Although we can't fully propose it as a solution because I believe UN doesn't have the power to manipulate both nations. But the UN should take action about this. This incidents that involves nation versus nation may cause to war if get neglected. Number 5 problem applies to the SWIFT or Society for the Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication. It is used by more than 11,000 banking institutions around the world because of its secure and reliable way of transferring payment reports from one banking institution to another. If they are what they said being the secure and reliable way to transfer reports. Why the hackers also have access to them? This is disturbing, right? Knowing that your money is not safe anymore. The solution is to upgrade their software with stronger firewalls for it to prevent or disintegrate different kinds of viruses that may cause these incidents again. These kinds of attacks are the ones that we should be fully aware of because if one's nation can do these things silently, what more they could do? These solutions or strategies may not be as useful as it is. But the bank institutions can use it to prevent these kinds of incidents that may pester their nation economically. We may or may not fully prevent these kinds of incidents, but what is the loss if we try these solutions or strategies that may help to avoid them? That concludes this documentary. Bye-bye. Thank you guys for watching the documentary.